Yo, what's going on, guys? Hey, it is the afternoon. I had to pop on talk about this breaking Kenny G situation and Gary Gensler with a few key notes on today. The first time I think I've ever popped on where the actual stock is trading, actually. We're sitting green of the day, up 2.31% as we speak right here, folks. GME up a little bit as well. Obviously, the news of the day is this thing has been shared for about an hour and a half roughly now. But sources, GOP insiders say Biden, SEC, Warren have launched a political vendetta against Citadel. SEC has launched inquiry into Citadel as target parts of its business model. Yes, we know that. Citadel founder Ken Griffin is on the top donors to GOP candidates in recent years. And this gets crazy here too. Let's take a quick brief listen to this news clip, and then we'll touch on a couple other things here.
Maybe the biggest right now, Republican donors. We've been tracking his donations since, I would say, the last 10 years, $100 million to Republicans and Republican causes.
Wow.
At least Ellie Terrett, my producer, if it's wrong, it's all on her. No, I'm only kidding, but she's good.
That's
She's
Koch
good
brothers
this.
big.
There it is.
Right?
Yeah. He might be rivaling Charles Koch in terms of contributions
right?
to right-leaning causes. What GOP advisors are telling me, operatives in Washington, is that there's a movement afoot by the Elizabeth Warrens, by the Gary Genslers, to essentially try to neuter his empire and essentially go after him because he is this big guy in terms of Republican causes. And
you don't think they would if you were on the other side doing it?
They're saying, if you look at some of the inquiries that are going on right now, this whole notion that payment for order flow is some sort of a scam, and these things that his Citadel does, it makes no sense. They will tell you, other than it's Ken Griffin doing it. And if you remember, he went before Congress, and Warren gave him a hard time on these things. Gensler is now. Gary Gensler, the SEC chief, is doing a major inquiry into the meme stock stuff and whether there were any conflicts of interest involving Citadel's role in it. Remember, they buy the order flow from Robinhood, right? So Robinhood could charge zero commissions. Gensler hates this practice for some reason. I don't know why. It works and people trade cheaply on it. He may outlaw the practice. That would impact Ken Griffin's
But it's legal
business.
now.
Totally legal. And by the way, not good research into why it's bad for the retail. It's still very. In any event, that's what we're getting from people in Washington, that they're saying that this stuff that's going on is aimed at him. And it's really interesting because he is. I mean, if you think about it, Jamie Dimon personally doesn't give any money. Steve Schwartzman gives a few bucks over at Blackstone, but he's a Republican, but
he spreads it out too.
Yeah. This is pretty amazing. We tried to find any Democratic donations, we couldn't find any over the last 10 years. So there's a political element, people are saying. And by the way, he is a Republican. He's a conservative. He believes in low taxes, and there's nothing wrong with that. By the way, this is what you promote those policies. Particularly in the face of what's going on in Washington right now.
Woo, boys and girls. Now we got political vendettas involved, Washington involved. You guys, this is, at the end of this here too, we're going to sit back and look at this and say, again, bigger than we think, but golly, if Reddit was never around, Roaring Kitty was never around, you probably wouldn't hear a peep out of this, This is all dug up by us, you guys, by every single ape out there. I don't care if you hold 1 share, 10,000 shares. If you write the gangster just DD over on Reddit and you have hundreds of thousands of karma, or you just sit back and watch. It doesn't matter what your contributions do. It's holding the stock, has put these companies like Kenny G's Citadel in deep, deep doo-doo, right? But then it's all of the internet buzz and the apes not going anywhere to where we're at right now. It is crazy. It's just crazy to think about all of this. We did this stuff, you guys. I don't care what anybody says. I've been around this stock now almost 10 months, and I've witnessed everything from somebody with 100 subscribers on Twitter pull up a video to the Cryans of the world over on Reddit with the gangsterous DD of them all, right? This is crazy. This is crazy, man. It's so awesome, though. Shout out to Ryan Wolf of My Street over there for digging this gem of a video up, right, you guys? So outstanding. Unusual Whale tweeting it out. You know, that's a big Twitter account. According to the SEC, has launched inquiry to the Citadel that targets parts of its business model. So you got all different angles. Nancy Pelosi portfolio tracker over here. Look at all of these. Kenny G, hedge fund manager and CEO of Citadel, has donated $35 million to political candidates, hedge fund managers that control financial markets, but own the regulators who are elected into the office. Jesus, you guys, this is a whole different can of worms. Just a whole different. Oh, golly. Republican. Trump up in there. That cheap bastard of 250,000. Republican. You see where this is going, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this nuts? Double G with the tweet here. This is about 11:58. This is about under an hour ago here. We are at the early stage of important technological changes in finance, but we're ready to see changes in multiple areas from trading to asset management to risk management and beyond. Read my remarks at SEC Speaks. One of 3. Where's his one remarks? I hate this Twitter, man. Anyway, I'll share it. We don't need to get into that thing. Where's it usually says 1, 2, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. Whatever. Who gives a rat's ass? We'll blast that in there for your reading pleasure. So Gary's on top of it. And then one last thing before we get out of Dodge County here. I just wanted to hop on, give a shout out to all you savages out there. This video just got me jacked to the gills. All the other news. This was posted a couple days ago. SEC Chair Gary Double G Gensler, 49 proposed regulations, right? Okay, hedge funds are pissed. Everybody's pissed. The one thing that got me out of this article, 49 proposals in the works, is in the difficult position is that the SEC is playing catch up to the real world. I read through part of this if you guys want to read it, but this is what I've been saying all along, with all the rules, regulate the 005s, all of that stuff to play out. Sure, they're playing catch up. We all know the SEC is understaffed, right? But these things take time. And I personally, you guys know me that have listened to me, I don't just go on a whim and say some crazy shit. But that's, even though as small as that is, because I've said it time and time again, it stuck with me because I don't want somebody to blast me and me be wrong. But that's just how I've felt all along. I'm sure you guys have too. But this just confirms it on this shit, on this type of a level. Remember, Double G is just, 6 months in. He's got his gangster ass enforcer in there involved. He's got, GME letters, all of this. It's a lot of work. And for this thing to change just like that, and that's what I've been saying, is very difficult to do. So I'm sure these savages are working their nuts off over there. Can we trust the SEC fully? Of course we can. You guys know me. There's probably not a bigger Gary Gensler fan out there than me, And a lot of it is me maybe being a little naive and just hoping something happens, right? But on the other hand, I think he's kind of shown it, right? So you guys, let's share this out to the entire world to see, right? If we haven't already, I'll pop this son of a gun in there, this Gary Gensler tweet, and this Gary Gensler, this pretty good little article here too. So we'll pop that in there. I will be back tonight. Let's check a live check-in on our AMC. I've never done this before. This is outstanding. 37:56. We have 13 minutes until market closes, guys. Okay, guys, love you. I'll see you later tonight. Bye-bye.